Alright, what's up guys? Brian here, and this is my WWE Hell in a Cell 2017 review for tonight's event. Hell in a Cell has come to a close, so let's get right into the review. And what an ending to a pretty good show. Some of the matches were pretty good. But a shocking turn of events as far as the main event with Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens, and I'll get into that in just a moment. But we started off with the kickoff show, which featured a tag team match involving two tag teams on SmackDown in the SmackDown Tag Team Division. It was Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin taking on the Hype Bros. This one was okay. In my book, it saw Gable and Benjamin win this one over the Hype Bros. So obviously, Gable and Benjamin picking up steam as a tag team. So big victory for them. We move on to the main show, and it started off with the Hell in a Cell match for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships, and it was the New Day defending against the Usos. And you want to talk about incredible tag team match inside Hell in a Cell. If you did not watch the event tonight, I recommend checking it out for this matchup, because this matchup was awesome, was incredible way to start off Hell in a Cell. There were weapons involved. Both teams, the Usos and the New Day, they brought everything. They threw everything at each other. The Usos used kendo sticks, chairs, handcuffs. The New Day, kind of the same thing. They used the kendo sticks. They also used trombones, different colored versions of the trombone. But in the end, it was the Usos hitting the double splash to Xavier Woods after they put a chair on him to finally finish him off, finish the New Day off. So therefore, the Usos, for the 5th time in their career, are the new SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. As I mentioned, in what was an incredible match that I recommend checking out for anyone that did not see this event. Please, this is one match I recommend checking out, because both teams, they delivered in an incredible matchup. The second match of the night, as far as the main show itself, was Rusev taking on Randy Orton. Of course, this one has been building since before SummerSlam, and this one was okay in my book. Rusev and Randy Orton, it was an okay matchup in my opinion. That saw Randy Orton hit an RKO to finish off Rusev. After Rusev tried to lock in the accolade, but Randy Orton, being the Viper that he is, slithered out of it and hit the RKO on Rusev. So Randy Orton was victorious. The next matchup was a triple threat match for the U.S. title. Something that I thought, and probably a lot of other people thought, was going to happen. It was AJ Styles. It was originally supposed to be AJ Styles defending against Baron Corbin, but Ty Dillinger went to Daniel Bryan on the kickoff show and pleaded his case of wanting to be in this matchup. So Daniel Bryan said, yeah, you're in the match. He made it a triple threat match. Not making Baron Corbin very happy, and also AJ Styles not very happy. But this was actually another good matchup. All three of these guys in a triple threat. Like I said, I kind of figured this was going to happen sooner or later, where these three were going to have to be in a triple threat match. And this match did not disappoint. This was another match that, in my opinion, I thought was actually pretty good. All three guys delivered. Baron Corbin delivered. AJ Styles delivered. Ty Dillinger delivered in this matchup. Um, it started out with Dillinger and Styles going after Corbin, but then as the match progressed, all three guys went after each other at different points in the match. AJ Styles almost retained the title with a 450 on Baron Corbin, but that was broken up by Ty Dillinger. But then AJ Styles, it would wind up being AJ Styles and Ty Dillinger in the ring, and Styles would hit the phenomenal forearm on Dillinger, but then Corbin would get back in the ring and take AJ Styles out and get him out of the ring, and that would capitalize and pin Ty Dillinger to win and finally win a championship on the main roster of WWE. So big congratulations to Baron Corbin as he becomes the new United States champion and shutting up all the doubters that doubted him. What else? Well, we saw the return of the Fashion Files with Breezango and that whole story that they've got going on. We had Charlotte Flair challenging Natalya for the SmackDown Live Women's title. This one I really didn't care for that much. I mean, I thought it was pretty good, but it wasn't like their other matches that they've had in the past. Natalya went after Charlotte's knee, worked on that the entire matchup. It would end up on the outside of the ring, where Charlotte hit a moonsault from the top rope. But then Natalya would get up, she would grab a chair and use it on Charlotte, and that pretty much got Natalya disqualified. So Charlotte won the match, but she did not win the SmackDown Women's title. Natalya is still the SmackDown Women's champion, and that was pretty much it for that match. I mean, Natalya using the chair, and that was pretty much it. And perhaps another okay matchup, in my opinion, even though I did not think very much of the ending of it, was Shinsuke Nakamura taking on or challenging Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship. This one, like I said, was okay. It was not a great matchup between these two. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about these two, but this was an okay match, but it wasn't great. Of course, Mahal had the Singh brothers. Near the end of the match, they would try to play a role in the match, but the referee would eject them. And then Nakamura hit the Kinshasa on Jinder Mahal, but the referee was distracted trying to get the Singh brothers out, and the referee would get back in the ring and would go for the pin or go for the count, and would count 1, 2, but that allowed enough time. With that distraction, allowed Mahal to get the bottom rope, and then after that, it was Mahal winning it with the Colossus. So Jinder Mahal is still the WWE champion. So I don't know what's next for both of these guys after this one. I'm sorry if I'm going really fast. I just want to make a quick video. And this is not a knock towards either one of these guys, but I think because of the time restraint, because Hell in a Cell ended before 10:30. It's right now. It's almost 11 o'clock, and I think Hell in a Cell ended at like 10 something, almost 10:30. Where I'm at. It was Bobby Roode taking on Dolph Ziggler. Not a knock against these guys, but this matchup was not that great. I thought it was a boring matchup, in my opinion, after watching it. And it saw Bobby Roode give Dolph Ziggler a taste of his own medicine by Ziggler would roll up Bobby Roode and pull the tights, but then Roode would counter and win the match with pulling the tights, and then Ziggler after the match would wind up hitting the zigzag on Roode and leave him laying, and that was pretty much it for that. which brings us to the main event, which was Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens inside Hell in a Cell in a Falls Count Anywhere Hell in a Cell match. And this one had one of the most shocking and confusing endings of all Hell in a Cell matches. Of course, these two wanted to tear each other apart, which they did. They would fight. They fought inside the cell. They fought outside the cell. They would end up on top of the cell, and they would start fighting. I mean, there were points in the match where you thought that one of them was going to go through the cell from the top. Owens tried to throw Shane off the top of the cell as he promised, but would wind up climbing down and ending up. Him and Shane would end up on one side of the cell by the announcer's table. Shane would drive Kevin Owens' head and face into the mesh. That would knock Owens off the side of the cell through the I think it's the Spanish announce table. Then Shane McMahon would go onto the floor, pick up Kevin Owens again after EMTs were trying to check on Owens, pick him up, and would put him on the edge of the SmackDown announce table, and then would climb back up, and then would go to drive an elbow off the top of the cell to Kevin Owens, but shockingly, it was Sami Zayn who who helped pull Kevin Owens out of the way, and Shane McMahon went crashing through the announce table, and that was pretty much it. Sami Zayn would put Kevin Owens on top of Shane McMahon, would then tell the referee to count, and referee had no choice but 1, 2, 3, and Kevin Owens was victorious over Shane McMahon in the Hell in a Cell Falls Count Anywhere match. And I'm still confused as to why Sami Zayn did this. Hopefully we find out Tuesday night what the explanation was. But in my opinion, I thought it was a pretty good match. A lot of spots in this matchup, like on top of the cell, inside. So hats off to both of those guys. So that was pretty much it for Hell in a Cell. My honest thought on Hell in a Cell tonight, I thought it was a pretty good event. I mean, there were a couple of good matches. I thought the Usos New Day Hell in a Cell match was great. I thought Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, and Kai Dillinger really delivered in the triple threat match. And I thought that the Shane McMahon Kevin Owens match was great. The only thing I found confusing was the ending of it. But I thought it was a pretty good event tonight. So with that being said, if you guys watched Hell in a Cell tonight, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. If you guys liked it, if you guys didn't like it, let me know in the comments below. This has been my quick full show review of what took place at tonight's WWE Hell in a Cell 2017. As always, I am Brian, and thank you for watching.